can helps lots of public sector organisations run campaigns and to evaluate them and to optimise them. We've run over 3,000, including 200 plus consultations, yes, in transport, but also around landlord licensing schemes, local plans and so on. And our job in all of those is to ensure that we reach everyone and that everyone has opportunity to interact, and that we also help the consultations become more and more representative as they run. I think there's sometimes a perception that we have to do certain things with consultations. We have to buy or invest in a lot of paid channels that we kind of know deep down don't really work, and do a relatively small investment in things that we know do work. I think it's worth checking policies and making sure you understand what is actually prescribed. And that means that you can probably do stuff that you know doesn't work, but you kind of have to do for visibility, but invest in it much less, leaving you more budget to do the stuff that does work, which means more response, more representation, more outcome. For example, by using your own estate. So using Sheffield's website advertising, or putting ads in emails, or using your own out-of-home estate means that you get free amplification, you get that visibility, you get a lot of reach, and it doesn't actually cost you anything. The kind of optimal amplification mix, you've got your owned channels, the direct mail to digitally divided households, the entire Google infrastructure, search, YouTube, the display network, Meta, as both previous presentations have mentioned, but essentially Snapchat for younger audiences. Snapchat is if you want to get representation from young people, and young people have very positive opinions about bus transport, and they also are more than happy to engage on that platform. It's really key to have them. So just thinking about the sort of the marketing communications funnel, you've got your owned channels, direct mail, and awareness channels, social and Google, but then you've also got search and remarketing, really important for driving people that bounce back to surveys and getting them to complete, and then really accessible, simple user experience at the other end. That data then all needs to be fed together so that you can optimize. You can really see where the gaps are, where you need to refocus efforts, and so on. And with that setup, you can deliver, or it becomes much less painful to deliver consultation amplification. And so over the period of the campaign, we can optimize and drive towards the channels and activities that are working. So at the beginning of the campaign, you're at your least efficient, and at the end, you're at your most efficient. Just some super and future tactics. We're starting to experiment with in-app alerts, so integrating into platforms like Ringo, like Smoke Free, a whole range of apps that your council or your organisation, combined authority, might promote. For example, targeting drivers about proposed road works and road changes, really efficient way of driving response. Also, when you run campaigns, consider building audiences, remarketing audiences, which can then be used for behavior change campaigns or for collaboration with other campaigns. So young audiences, then potentially connecting them with skills opportunities around potentially new routes, new career pathways. I'm talking about bus routes and career pathways. These things overlapping are particularly in combined authorities' purview, but that the audience of every single consultation can be saved and used for future.